Welcome back to Rapture. Bioshock Infinite may have shown us the beautiful airborne city of Columbia, full of life and colour and the complete opposite of the rotting, dilapidated underwater city, but in its first piece of story-based downloadable content, Bioshock Infinite takes us to a place we've only dreamt about, a Rapture in its prime. A utopia of objectivist ideals, free from the restrictions of religion and government. But there's more to Rapture than meets the eye, and Burial at Sea takes us there at the turn of the tide.
There's a girl who needs to be found. Maybe you've seen her.
This girl's dead.
Playing once more as beleaguered private detective Booker DeWitt, the DLC begins on December 31st, 1958. An inconspicuous date to some, but Bioshock fans will recognise it as the day before the great city fell. Despite their close relationship in the main game, when a sultry and noticeably sexier Elizabeth calls to see Booker, he appears not to know her. The dynamic in their relationship has changed. Far from being the naive, sheltered girl we came to know in Bioshock Infinite, Elizabeth is strong yet mysterious, taking charge of a confused Booker as he tries to muddle his way through the case of a missing girl.
You think you can figure out a way to distract the store owner while I take a look around?
You just find the mask. Leave the distractions to me.
In the original Bioshock, we caught glimpses of how the city operated through propaganda posters and audio logs, but being able to walk through a living, breathing Rapture is an absolute treat. From listening to snatches of hushed conversations, or even visiting famous locations like Sander Cohen's private club, you're immersed even further into one of the most famous and best realised gaming worlds ever created. The Art Deco buildings look absolutely gorgeous, and walking through the world you see the staples of Bioshock. A gaggle of little sisters, the air vents they use for transport, and of course, a Big Daddy. Much like the first hour of Bioshock Infinite, the first half of Burial at Sea gives you time to explore and really sink your teeth into the world that Irrational have created.
Cohen?
I'm sending you to find your young one.
The second half, however, is much more typical Bioshock fare. The story takes you to the department store Fontaine Futuristics. Before the events of Burial at Sea, the store is closed and sunk even further to the bottom of the sea by Andrew Ryan, the founder of Rapture. Fontaine's is dark, damp, and crawling with splicers, some of Rapture's inhabitants who are driven insane by abusing Adam, a substance which grants extraordinary powers. One such power, and new to Burial at Sea, is the plasmid Old Man Winter. Created by a fan, it freezes enemies and flowing water, allowing you to create bridges and access new areas. The new plasmid is a nice addition, adding more variety to the gameplay, but it feels a bit odd going from being fully powered to having to uncover your plasmids all over again. In Bioshock Infinite, you could only carry 2 guns at a time, but the weapon wheel makes a return so that you can expand your arsenal. To add some variety, there's a brand new weapon, the radar range microwave gun, which heats up enemies, causing them to explode and damage those around them. It's a bit of a cartoony addition, but it is incredibly satisfying to kill a whole group of splicers in one go so easily. The mission structure is kept pretty simple. Visit these 3 places, visit these other places, and kill some splicers in between. In terms of bang for your buck, it depends how much you're prepared to invest in it. There's plenty of hidden secrets to uncover, and just being able to walk around Rapture is a joy, but you can rush through the story in around an hour and a half. If you do that, you'll be missing out on a lot. Burial at Sea Part 1 sets itself up for Part 2 wonderfully. Its ending is powerful and raises a lot of questions. It's common knowledge that we'll be playing as Elizabeth in Part 2, but that just makes the wait even more unbearable.